Hi everyone, Brandon here with Galway Precision. Today we are going to go over the installation of our SR22 Optic Mount Plate that allows you to mount different optics onto your SR22. First things first, we're going to go over tools you're going to need. You're going to need your brass punch. You need a 5/64 or 2mm Allen wrench. You need an 050 Allen wrench. You need your bench block. And you're going to need a brass and polymer hammer. Now, as you can see, we've already stripped the slide off the pistol. That's the only thing you need, and chucked it up in our vise. Now make sure when you're putting this in your vise, you know, there will be a little bit of play. You don't want to crush this because this is an aluminum slide. It doesn't take much, so you just want it snug. So if it moves up and down, no big deal. We're driving from the left side of the slide to the right. We just need it to stay put. Alright, so take your brass punch and your brass hammer. We're going to start driving out. Alright. Now once you get it to this point where it can just be kind of pushed out, just barely tap it and push, because you have, you have your blocker spring that sits right there, and it sits underneath right here. Alright, but it also sits just barely, it's hard to see in the video, but there's this little lip, little cavity, and that's where it needs to stay. So we're going to take our optic mount screws out, which is what you need the 5/64s for. We're going to go ahead and take our 050 Allen wrench right here where these middle set screws are. Go ahead and pull them out. Alright, so now what I like to do is I'll take my 5/64s, I'll push down on that spring, and I'll get the optic mount plate started. You want it centered up. Alright, so now we're going to take our blue Loctite and put a little on our first set screw. A little too much. Alright, and you just want this snug. You don't want to over tighten it, so it's got to be snug. If you over tighten it, it'll start dipping the front of the optic down. You just want it nice and snug, and that movement you see right there, that bare minimal movement, that's going to go away the moment you put this other one in. Reason we're using the blue Loctite, alright, is so that if we want to remove it and put the rear sight back in, it's easily done. If you have no plans to do that, you could easily use red Loctite, but I always suggest sticking with the blue at first, because you may not like the optic. So that gives you a good trial and error. Okay, now that we've got that all done, we're going to take and wipe off our excess. I didn't bring either of the optics over here, but now you're ready to mount your optic. Alright, so you'll just set the optic down. If it's a J-point, shield sights RMS or RMSC, it'll be these front holes right here. Will be your mounting footprint. Burris and Vortex will be here. And then you'll just apply a little bit of blue Loctite to your screw. Now, because of different variances in height of optics, you may have to cut down your mounting screw. What you don't want to happen is if it's somewhat longer than you need it to be and you just keep tightening it, it will hit the top of the slide and start pushing up on the optic mount. You don't want that. Alright, so we've pretended to put blue Loctite on because we don't have an optic mount. But that's it, guys. It's that simple. Knock the rear sight out, new optic mount plate on, a little bit of blue Loctite, and you are set. You are ready to go. You now have an optic ready SR22 slide. Now if you take it off and it's a little off center, like I kind of did here, you just loosen these little guys. Take your polymer and just give it a little tap. Alright, so now as you can see, we're all centered up on the side. Okay, so go ahead and tighten those back down. Again, don't over tighten them. You just want to make them hand tight and snug. They don't need to be just absolutely torqued, because you want that space underneath the mount. And that's it, guys. So that's going to wrap it up for this one. If you got any questions, feel free to email me at that's Tango Echo Charlie Hotel at GallowayPrecision.com. Be sure to follow us on social media here on YouTube, like, comment, and subscribe below. Be sure to go check out the Facebook, Instagram, and Vimeo page. Go by the Facebook page or the website and sign up for the monthly newsletter to know what the sale of the month is going to be before anyone else. And as always, be safe, be accurate, and God bless.